What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Obviously, it's been quite a bit since the last video that we dropped. I think the last video that we dropped was the Formula Drift video. But with that being said, I just wanted to go ahead and tell you guys, I know there's a change of scenery in this car. Right now we are in the daily that we love to put miles on, because why would we want to put miles on the other cars that constantly break? But with that being said, we are on our way to San Diego. And the reason why we're going to San Diego is because there is a junkyard that someone posted that has a Mach 1. And for those of you that are not aware, that's a very rare thing. So hopefully we can get some parts off of that Mach 1, whether it be motor parts, whether it be accessories, who knows, maybe some interior parts. But there is one thing that I am going for that is a very desired thing in this Mustang community when it comes to new edges, and that is amber tail lights. So yes, you heard me right, there's a junkyard that has a Mach 1 that has amber tail lights. So if I can get those tail lights for like 40, 50 bucks, I will be happy. Now let me go ahead and put a picture on the screen. As you guys can see, they posted it. They posted the junkyard that has them. Now the junkyard is about an hour and 50-ish minutes away from where I'm staying. So I'm trying to rush over there. And this was posted about 3 days ago, almost 4 days ago. And then they tagged a really big Mustang page. So I don't know, I'm like 50-50 that I'm probably gonna get in and probably not, but we'll see. Hopefully it's still there. Hopefully no one reached it, because as you guys seen in that photo, it's stacked on top of another car. And I've never been to this junkyard, so I'm not 100% sure how this junkyard does stuff. I don't know if you need to get someone to say, hey, can you bring that down? I'm not sure, but root for me, guys. Hopefully everything goes smooth, and if everything goes well, we'll have some amber tail lights for the low. All right, guys, so I ended up finding it, but unfortunately, see, real Mach 1. The seats are really nice, but the only problem here is what I came for is no longer here. So we drove all this way for that. The cool thing too is that it has the sails. I see the sails. Those are very rare with the glass, but oh well. Now my Mustang is missing that bolt right there. So I'm gonna see if I can get it or have them get it or whatever. But the seats are really nice. I'm even considering getting the seats. So we'll see about that. Like the saying goes, I came all this way, right? I'm leaving here with some. So I'm trying to carefully remove the Mach 1 logo, and then I can buy that along with 2 little screws that I got, and I'll show you guys those in a bit. But I'm trying my hardest not to break these, because my car came with them, but they were plastic dipped and they looked horrendous. So let me try to remove these carefully, and I'll show you guys once I remove them all. So there you go, I removed them all in one piece. They look really good too. It's crazy because the car's been here for almost a year. So need that A. So the car's almost been here for like a year. So it's pretty crazy how a lot of this stuff is still around. Majority of it is gone, obviously the most important cool stuff. But at the end of the day, let's just go pay for this and head back home, because I don't want to get stuck in traffic. All right, so here's a better look at the logos. And then those are the 2 little screws that I ended up getting, because I need those for my fender, because I'll explain that later, but they're pretty good. Pretty good, decent shape. So that makes me really happy. I currently have an RTR logo there right now. And I've been really debating on removing the RTR logo, but obviously I like it. The reason why I put it on there is because the Mach 1 logo that I originally had was painted plasti dipped, or painted with plasti dipped. And I'll tell you guys a quick little story. So I've never been to this kind of junkyard, which is more like, I've been to a pick your part. You know what I mean? Like you walk in, you pick your parts, and you go pay for them. So this place is a dismantling place. So in other words, you tell them what you want and what you need, and they'll do it for you, and they'll just charge you for the part. And when it came down to the little logo, the Mach 1 logo was on the trunk. So I popped those off, and when I showed him that, he was like, where'd you get those at? And I was like, oh, I got them off the trunk. And he's all like, well, the trunk was good. In other words, he would have sold the trunk complete with it saying Mach 1. And I was like, oh, fuck, like, my bad, you know, I didn't know. And he's like, this is what I mean by before you pull something off, let me know. And I was like, I thought I did when I said I was just gonna get the little bolts, and clearly I didn't specify that I was gonna take the Mach 1 logo off the trunk. So you could tell he was a little upset. At first he like gave me the little bolts. He's like, you can have those. But then when he seen the Mach 1 logo, you could tell he was a little irritated. He's like, give me 20 bucks for everything. And I was like, all right, like, no problem. Honestly, I should have looked online to see how much the logos are, but it is what it is. You can't complain when everything you're getting is authentic, especially from a real Mach 1. And yeah, so let's head back home. And I also want to show you guys something that I got that I wasn't sure I was gonna install, at least not in this video, but since the video didn't turn out how I thought it was gonna be, I think I'd show you guys that part just so we can have a double header with parts. So let's get to it. Yo guys, so I'm gonna most definitely bring the Mustang down this way just for a drive, because right now obviously you guys can't see it, but you see that mountain back there? We're about to go on the hillside of that mountain, and it's freaking beautiful. I honestly think this is probably the best route or the best canyon run, right? Or hill, or whatever you guys want to call it, that I found in such a while, that is like a really long drive. Most of the ones that I found that are nearby, or at least local to me, they're pretty short. Nothing really too crazy or spectacular. But this one has a lot of curves, but it also has a lot of straightaways, which is pretty cool. And I think it's worth the drive. It's pretty much 2 hours away from where I stay, but I think it's worth it. So let me show you some of them real fast. So like, as you guys can see, it's like, it still has the curves, but it's still like straight enough where you can still haul ass. And then like the curves look like they're crazy curvy, and then boom, you pop out. And then there are some where it requires you to slow down quite a bit, but for the most part, like, check this. Like, imagine bringing the Mustang through here, like, shoot, flying through here and just moving. And right now I'm doing this in the little beater, I guess you can say, and it's freaking fun, bro. Just look at this. Yeah, I'm most definitely bringing the Mustang here. I think it'll make for a great video, so stay tuned for that one. And yeah, pretty hyped about that. All right, just so you guys get a preview of the backside, what I had showed you earlier was actually just the entrance. This is literally almost 11 miles of just back road, and just look at the views and just look at the drive, bro. There's semis that come down this road and they are flying, but they look super sick. What do you guys think of this right here? I'm telling you, the Mustang back here would be insane. Look at that. Just almost 12 miles of just back road. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring the Mustang up. All right, guys, so today is actually day 2. The only reason why it's day 2 is because yesterday there was so much traffic, and by the time I got home, it was already starting to get dark. And to do this little install that I'm gonna do today for that part that I was telling you guys about earlier, I required a little bit of light. Not so much, but just enough. And today's not actually a bad day. Today's a pretty good day. It's just a little windy, so if you guys pick up a little bit of the noise, my bad. Also too, I'm fighting like a throat infection, so like if my voice is here 1 minute and gone the next, at least now you have an idea. But anyway, this is the part that I've been waiting for. Now, it's a little bit overdue, only reason being because I was actually supposed to install this part when I first installed my fuel coilovers. And the reason for that is because on their description, it says that I needed to get this, and it's a strut tower support for the rear. Why? I'm not 100% sure, but it says that I needed it, and I've been procrastinating on this one for such a long time. And now that it's finally here, I think I finally need to install it, and I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't get it in a shiny color because why? It's going in the trunk and no one's gonna see it. But that being said, let me show you guys. And here it is. It's just a black bar, I guess. Nothing too crazy. Now, I did notice that it does have a little bit of an imperfection right there. It looks like when they shipped it, it got a little damaged because I see some scrape marks. So, and in the area where it was, which is the area that I pulled off, it was already kind of like messed up, the box. As you can see, that's where I ripped it from, because that's where the actual break in the box was, which was where this little mark is at. Not a big deal. We'll flip it this way so no one will see it. Again, no one's really gonna see this but me. And then I could just touch that up. Normally, old me would have returned this and got another one, but I don't wanna go through that process. I'm already here, so we're gonna get it done. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those little top hats right there. And then we're gonna slap this in there. So that way, this fits and looks something like this. But obviously the beauty of YouTube is I can literally do this in about 3 seconds. Just kidding, not 3 seconds, but you know what I mean. So ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, so as you guys can see, it's finally installed, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This install that was supposed to take about anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes turned into practically an hour and almost an hour and a half. I didn't vlog any of that, and it's because I got frustrated and I got so lost into this that I didn't even think about that. So if you guys notice in here, there's a new screw there. There's a new screw here. There's another one here. These I had to re-put back on. And a lot of stuff essentially just got readjusted because this right here would bounce and that one over there lifted up. So I had to get a thicker screw so it'll hold on in there. And then all of these little random bolts here were not even here. So this would move up and down. So now I added those. And then this needed to be removed along with that to get that one in there because that one was fighting me so much. I could not even get the threads in. I tried to put a lot of pressure on there and everything, and yeah, it fought me. This one was super easy. This one fought me. But other than that, we're pretty much done here. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in today. I truly do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell because it'll let you guys know every time we upload. But with that being said, see you guys on the next one. Peace.